Hello, this is Not a Spring Chicken. Today we thought we'd give you a different view of the ocean, and as you can probably guess, it's really rather cold out there, but at least the sun is shining today. So for now, we're going to bring Oldecam on with comments on the headlines of today. And Obama pivots, eyes Medicare changes, and tax increases.
Well, yeah, he's going to, he said that he wants that money back that was given to the people. He said it was an unreasonable, return of money to the American people that don't deserve it. Well, it wasn't a tax decrease. It was a tax increase that they stopped. And then his Medicare proposals is he's going to save that same $500 billion again by transferring people sooner to Obamacare than later, because it's all about trying to get it done before the courts rule against him. And since he already has had one ruling against him by Justice Kennedy, in the majority, he knows they're going to lose it, folks.
And NATO launches new airstrikes on targets held by Gaddafi.
And they said that as of the time that I left, Gaddafi is on the verge of winning the war now. So it's too little, too late. And they said the only way the rebel forces can win is if the United States comes in heavy in their support. And that's not going to happen because, as Secretary Gates has said, there's good evidence that a lot of those people were fighting in Afghanistan against the American troops. And some of them were even people that had been picked up in Iraq and Afghanistan before that were released that went back to fighting American troops.
Obama campaigns again against George Bush.
Oh yeah, they love that. That we have to undo what George Bush and the Republicans did to this country, and that that the reason things aren't moving as fast as they are is because of the damage that George Bush and the Republicans did. But we need the Republicans to join with the Democrats and their ideas to help correct this problem. It must be shared sacrifice, meaning everybody that's got a business in the country sacrifices, and the people that aren't paying taxes share.
And mother drives van into the Hudson River, killing self and 3 kids.
I don't see what the woman was a nut fruitcake, but they're trying to. What could drive a woman to do this? They do it every day of the year. I always have. When I was little, they did it. When my father was little, they did it. What happens is women will snap with their children. No one knows what causes it to snap. It just happens.
Oh, really?
Yep.
And Yale student dies in chemistry lab machine shop accident.
Yeah, I've actually seen that happen. When I was taking shop classes, we had a lathe blow up, with the teacher standing right there. And the teacher basically, got severely injured, and the girls thought it was horrible, and the boys were just sat there and watching. Oh, big deal.
Oh, really?
Boys didn't think anything of the machine blowing up and tearing the teacher apart, but the girls got hysterical. And yes, which is funny, folks, in my days, boys and girls actually did go to those classes that they don't go to anymore.
They did?
That's right. They learned machine shop. They learned radio broadcasting. They learned how to do things. Boys had to basically thread needles for them in crafts classes. That's the difference between today's world and the old world.
Trump surprises a new poll of GOP White House hopefuls.
Yeah, because they said that they don't like any of the Republicans that are running, because it's not that they can't beat Obama, it's just they just don't like him. They got the charisma of a dead snail. You got Rick Santorum, who's already lost the Senate job, and basically took his glasses off to try to look good. You got another one of them, Ryan, who's now getting his hair done by the same people as Donald Trump and getting $500 suits. Tim Pawlenty, who basically couldn't stop a guy from illegally winning an election in his own state, and basically has monotone, and so these people may know how to do things, but they're so one-dimensional. Even with Obama, basically everybody knows that he's all show and no action. At least that's better than what the Republicans are putting out. They don't want Obama.
Well,
no one wants him.
Part of it is they go for the show first, then the substance, right?
Yeah, they don't care about substance. So they care about, okay, Obama couldn't, I can guarantee you, I could go to Chicago, get a you actually dig up a candidate, which you really do, and run that candidate against Barack Obama, meaning Chicago candidates and Chicago voters tend to be buried. So what you do is you just go dig up one of them, and that candidate could beat Obama, because Obama won't do a debate anyway if he couldn't use a teleprompter. And at least you have a guy with a birth certificate, which they could show the birth certificate even though he's in the ground. But that's just the way it works, folks.
And Pink Diamond expected to fetch $15 million. Fails to sell.
I know. Pink diamonds are very rare. I mean, I've seen them, but I've never... I don't actually know if anybody's ever owned one. I've seen them, but I've never seen anybody own one, so...
Kentucky parents say TSA frisked their 6-year-old daughter.
Yeah, that's TSA. They're anybody know the words SEIU?
Well, here's part of it. Is they're probably going to frisk everybody, because if they don't frisk them, that's who's going to carry the stuff through, but still.
The one thing they haven't found yet is little kids carrying explosives aboard planes.
Okay.
No, they said that the TSA, we'll put it this way, when the Republicans do gain control of the Senate or the presidency, the TSA is gone, because those machines are gone, because there's no guarantee that they stop anything, because you could smuggle explosives on board the planes even with all of that stuff.
And the fast fix, dealing with the debt.
Oh, the fast fix is that, it's smoke and mirrors. What they do is they count money that's already been done, already been counted, and they're counting trillions of dollars of savings that will happen the instant you move over to Obamacare, and the instant you remove the Bush tax cuts to the people that didn't deserve it, and keep the tax cuts for the middle class who deserve it, and remove it from the other people who... this is going to be your terminology for the next 2 years. We have to raise the taxes on those people that unjustly deserved, unjustly made money during the last few years, which basically didn't work in a 2010 election. But if it didn't work once, you might as well try it again.
Al Sharpton, Obama's go-to black leader.
That problem is Al Sharpton is say that this is the go to the back of the bus if you're black president.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they do not like. I mean, they have to support him because he's black, but they're only supporting him because he's black.
5 large states, 5 different paths to fix budgets.
Yeah.
Well, it all depends on what the state.
No, okay. Republican states are trying to cut the budget. Democratic states are raising taxes. That's the path.
Is that what it is?
That is. If you've got a Democratic governor and a legislature, the way to do it is to raise taxes. Is to basically every person that every business that hires anybody will be charged a tax for hiring that person, and they'll have new taxes put on them for running their businesses, new taxes for shipping in the state, new license fees, which basically is why the Republicans are saying, come to our state from the state that's raising all your taxes on you.
Why is Top Chef Masters so depressing? Why is it depressing?
Well, because what are they got to do? What's their life?
Oh.
There's no, I mean, it's got to be like me editing 3D video all the time. You have no life.
Oh, Wedding Royal Wedding Countdown.
Yeah, but the problem is that the wedding is not going as they had hoped it would be, which means we may not be going either, because if there's no real interest in it, then there's no way we can monetize it. So. Well,
that's the problem. Maybe that's why the other people weren't doing it. Ivory Coast President Strongman will face charges.
Yeah, this is why dictators don't surrender, folks, because if you surrender, you end up getting executed. I mean, this guy fought to the last, but Obama approved this the free election of a guy that's slaughtering all the Christians in the country. Yep.
And Egypt's Mubarak detained for investigation.
Yeah, he had a massive heart attack, so now they've jailed him to turn him over to the World Court to be tried for atrocities. And the problem is the same people that were in charge are still in charge now, the military.
And consumers buy more retail goods in March.
No, they didn't. What they said, they spent more money. That is they spent more money. They didn't buy more retail goods. What happens is they count sales. They don't count sales of merchandise. They count total sales. And since our president has basically said that there is no inflation because your house isn't worth anything. He doesn't count gas inflation. He doesn't count the inflation of food, doesn't count the inflation of clothing, the inflation of cost of production. Those don't count. Isn't that a good one? So therefore there's no inflation. So you're spending more money today than you spent yesterday, and that is why the sales are.
And sales go up, but it doesn't really mean anything because everything else went up. Oh, and a Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
There are those people that do good, and there are those people that tell you how to do good, and the people that tell you how to do good are generally politicians.